Yeah, Isaiah Moore to my right. I know one thing. I'm a better coach and a better human being for getting to coach these dudes that I coached this year. Different level of people. And I just told them that in the locker room. I thanked them for what, it's big to make it to a title game. In our league, it's huge because it's so hard. And that was great. It was great for our university. It was great for our basketball program. Hadn't been here in a long, long, long time. But what these guys did for me as a coach, I can't explain it. It's so enjoyable coaching these guys every single day. Being around them on the road trips, being around them in practice. Just a special group of people that you can't wrap your mind around unless you were part of it. And I'm just so thankful. I wish it would have turned out differently. We battled. We played them tough. Credit to them. They were in this game last year. This year they found a way. They got some veteran guys been in this moment. They got a heck of a team. They got a good chance to go beat somebody in that first round. So credit to them. But we had some chances, and we got a little bit tired. They did a good job getting to our legs. We played. It was our fourth game in 5 days. But I love my guys, man. I can't thank them enough for taking us on this ride, but more than anything, for the opportunity to be their coach.
Open up now for questions, Dave.
Dave Philip, Locked On Sunbelt. You guys just played about 10 days ago. What do you try to do differently in this one compared to the prior game?
We doubled him right away tonight. I think anybody watching could have seen that. We doubled Jordan right away. You just can't single cover him. There's only a handful. To be honest, I think there's only a handful of teams in all of America that can single cover him. There's not many of them, and we went after him. We doubled him, made him get out of his hands for the most part. He had some big takes in the second half. But we held him to 6 of 16. He doesn't do that very often. But the other guys stepped up. Folks really stepped up, made 3 threes. I think he's made 11 on the year, maybe, something like that. He made 3 tonight. He really stepped up. And that's kind of what winning guys – Folks is a winner. I mean, he's a winning kid. I've seen him all year, and that's what guys do. If it calls for them to hit threes, they hit 3, and he did that. We were going to make him do it because we weren't going to play Jordan Brown heads up. And then, offensively, we wanted to play at our own pace. And I felt like we did it the first half especially. And then the second half, we missed some shots we normally make. Our legs got to us a little bit. They extended some pressure. But, I wouldn't change it. I think you have to double him. And, hats off to Folks and some of the other guys. He made us pay a couple times. And had a heck of a game. He had 23 points and kind of carried them.
Craig.
Craig Stevens, Richie, what did they do to take Owen away from you guys?
Yeah, they wouldn't leave him. And it helped Zay and our guards and Turbo and some of these guys to be able to get down in there, I mean, Zay shot 15 free throws. I don't know if he shot that all year. Had 33 points. But they weren't going to leave O, in all situations. Like, we ball screened with him. We ran and missed, we ghosted with him. We tried to get him off some flares. Obviously, we got him a pretty clean one on the last one. But they weren't going to leave him. And as a coach, you got to kind of pick your poison, right? They weren't going to allow him to hit threes. They weren't going to leave him. They were comfortable letting us drive in there. And, we got a lot of points in the paint. 40 points in the paint. And they weren't going to leave him. So it was really hard for him to get some free looks where a lot of people, they're so concerned with Zay that they'll get 2 on the ball a lot. They weren't going to do that. And obviously Zay had a huge game. He had 33 points. But they weren't going to leave O. And, the 3 out of the 3 threes that he got, about one of them was clean. Probably the other 2 had to be a little bit rushed. I felt like he got nicked on the one in front of our bench. It was a little bit rushed and contested, but I felt like there was a little bit of contact. But, that you got to pick your poison. It's kind of like us and Jordan Brown. We picked our poison, and folks really, really made us pay on a couple of those threes.
Dave.
You guys were down 6, 2.5 minutes left. Coach is saying you guys legs were going. How did you guys come back? You had a couple of chances to tie that game up.
Just trying to stay aggressive, trying to stay with the plan that we had coming out of the timeout. Just not trying to rush, play at our own pace, and try to get them in foul trouble.
Mac in the back corner.
Coach, down the line and stuff, the one obvious thing that may have been the difference is the free throws. I think that you have to say that they had an early job.
Yeah, there's no denying that. I mean, we left 11 points on the table in a tight game on the free throw line. It's hard. It's really hard. You walk away from one of these games and you look and you're 17-28. It's good to get 28 attempts. You'd like to make more than 17, but you got to make them in these tight games. And we've had times throughout the year where we really made them down the stretch. In this tournament, we really made them down the stretch in key moments. But we left some on the table. And, yeah, I think, when you go back and watch it and you remember the moments, you're definitely going to look at that free throw line. And if we could have shot a few more of them in, might have been a different result for sure.
One in the back here.
Corey LeBounty with WNSP 105.5. Coach, you played this team at the end of February, and you were talking about how much more physical that they were more than you were. And talk about your happiness you were about how physical you guys were tonight and the improvement that you made.
Yeah, we tried to be a little more physical. Their team was I knew this coming into the tournament was the toughest matchup for us. Out of a league full of really, really good teams. Their physicality on the perimeter and then Brown inside just posed some problems for us. And I was proud how we came out and we were the aggressor to start. We were the aggressor. We took on that physicality and we did a nice job. But the thing about that physicality and that athleticism that they have is it can start to wear on you as the game goes on, especially when you're playing your 4th and 5 days. And it kind of wore on us. And but our guys fought tooth and nail every possession, man. I mean, I couldn't ask for any more out of my crew. I mean, they gave us everything they had and then some, man. But yeah, they were a hard matchup for us because of that. Their physicality. They're big and strong up front. Kind of speeds you up, especially you need 2 or 3 really, really good handlers to play against those guys, and then you need to be able to space them with a lot of shooting. And I thought we did that a little bit, and it allowed us to get 40 points in the paint. But then, like we touched on, we needed to make our free throws. And throw in a couple more of those easy looks that we got in the second half where you had a little bit of a drought.
Paul up front here.
Coach, Paul Chestnut, Fox Sports, over here. Despite the free throws, you still have a chance there at the end with a couple of shots played here or there. What do you learn about this team? And what do you learn about yourself as a coach throughout this whole process here and getting here? And maybe talk a little bit about the future.
Yeah, I learned a lot about myself this year from these guys. They helped me become a better coach, to be honest with you. They really did. And we did have shots tonight, Paul. We had the free throws we missed there. We could have tied it. Then it changes the dynamic of the game a little bit. And then we had a pretty clean one late, and a couple other opportunities too. And it wasn't our night, man. And sometimes it's like that in hoops. That ball went all the way down into the rim and it didn't go. So sometimes it's like that. But in the future, I mean, our program we've had some tough luck with injuries. This is the first year we've got all the way to the end of the season with no injuries. But we've had consistency in the fact that we've not had any losing seasons. It's hard to do in the 2000s. I mean, there's not a lot. We had 5 straight non-losing since we've been here. Multiple 21 seasons. This year, 19 just short. Went to the finals for the first time since 2009. So there's a lot to build on. And we got some guys coming back that played meaningful minutes tonight. and we'll have a heck of a class. We're obviously going to miss these guys. This guy to my right is as good of players I've ever coached anywhere. I've coached at every level. I've coached at the Power 5 level. I've coached mid-major, low major, wherever. This guy right here is as good a player as I've ever coached. And, we're going to miss him. We're going to miss Owen White. We're going to miss Kevin Samuel. We're going to miss Greg Parham. We're going to miss those guys. But the climate of hoops right now, college basketball gets hit worse than any sport. The climate of the transfer portal, NIL, everything that goes into this thing, most of the teams in the country have a completely different roster. You got to be a head basketball coach, and you got to be a GM. You got to do a good job putting your roster together, because it's not like it used to be. You used to have guys for 4 years, and you knew exactly what you had, and this, and it's every team's going through it across the country right now. It's the climate of college basketball. So we'll obviously go recruit and do a good job, which we usually do. Got to work hard at it so you get some guys like him, and we'll keep building, man. I think we're going in a positive direction. Obviously, made a great run this year. Played a tough schedule. I don't know if I'll make the schedule quite as tough in the non-con. Hopefully not. But I just, in this moment, I just love these dudes so much, man. I'm gonna go back and hang out with these dudes in the hotel, and just as much as they can. We got a lot of tears in the locker room, so I don't know, as much as they can, celebrate what we've done. We're not getting to celebrate a championship. Obviously, that was the goal. But what these guys have done for our program, and what these guys have, been all season long, we can certainly celebrate that.
One in the back here.
I agree with that. Building off that, just talk about the year. Obviously, not how you want to finish, but talk about the year and the ride and the positive things you guys did.
It was a great year. There's a lot of positive things that we did and we had to overcome because we didn't start like we wanted to, but we stayed together and just persevered through everything that we went through. I love the guys. I got some bonds that I'll never ever lose. So I'm proud to be a Jag. I know we left it all out there on the floor. So yeah.
Back corner here.
Corey Riley with WNSP. Coach Riley, talk about the fan base. You asked yesterday for the fans to come out in Jag Nation, showing their support, being loud and proud today. What you saw from the fans?
They showed up. Our crowd was incredible. How loud it was in there. When I walked out before the game, I don't come out there until it's starting lineup time. I was shocked how much red we had from Mobile out there. I mean, it kind of brought my eyes kind of teared up, to be honest, when I saw all of them out there, and they were loud. I said from the bottom of my heart, will you guys show up for us? And they did. They responded. And it just shows how special our place is. It is. I say it all the time. I've been here 5 years. It's a special, special place from our university, our city. And I just want to thank every single person that showed up for us. And it doesn't go unnoticed by me. It took for you to drive down here. It took for you to get a ride. It took for you, some of people, to get a ticket. It took, money. It took for you to come support our guys. I thank everybody so much. And, we're going to do everything in our power to make you proud. Hopefully our guys' effort made you proud tonight. I know we wanted that thing so bad, but it was incredible. It was truly incredible, the turnout that our city provided for us.
Matt.
Reflecting back, Matt Couch, WAR. Reflecting back throughout the whole weekend, Saturday was a big crowd. Tonight, big crowd at both teams. Do you think the tournament is starting to pick up now that, the attendance-wise, especially tonight, because that lower bowl was almost packed?
Yeah, I've never seen it like that in here for a tournament. Obviously, I watched the finals on TV last year. I wasn't in the building, but that was a real tournament environment right there. That's what you sign up to play for. When you play for conference championships at this level of basketball, it's what you sign up for. I think that's what makes Pensacola such a great place to have it. It is attractive for people to come, even if you're not a fan of the two teams playing. I think there was probably a lot of fans that were neutral tonight that just showed up to watch the game. mean, heck, Bubba Watson was here last night. I don't know if he was here tonight or not. My kid's got a picture with him. They did a really good job this year on the tournament. I really believe that. Now, obviously, attendance helps when we can make a deep run like that and we're right up the road. Like that's going to help attendance. When Southern Miss is really good, they're right up the road. It helps attendance. When Troy, so on and so forth. But I thought the teams also that were far away traveled pretty daggone good too. I thought James Madison had some people. Marshall had some people the other night. So I think this location is where it's at. And again, it's not a knock on any of the locations where we were before, but I think this venue and this city has both things going for it as far as people want to be here, people want to spend some time here because it's beautiful and you got the beach, but also the arena is really nice and it has a feel of a big-time environment. And that's what you want in your conference tournament. You want to get as many people out there and create an atmosphere like we just played in. That was special. I mean, our fans were incredible. I know they had some fans, and I know there's a lot of people just here to watch a good game. And I think they saw a heck of a game. I wish it would have turned out the other way, obviously, but I think they saw a battle.
Any final questions? Good, Craig.
Do you have any idea? I mean, you guys going to try to play in one of the tournaments?
I don't think so. We're wore down, man. We our kids they poured everything they had into it. They did. A lot of places will play them no matter what. Obviously, we're invited to the others, But I don't think so, man. This guy right here, he took the elevator up when I took the steps, and I told him it's probably what he should do. This guy right here, man. If people had any clue what he's been through all season, the just physicality, what I mean, there's no way I would ask him to play another game. He put everything out there, and same thing with the other guys. But that's a great question, though, because it is a good opportunity. Last year it was really good for our team. But this year I think we're going to shut it down and let these guys rest a little bit and get healthy. Some of them will go chase their dreams of being pros like him. This guy's got a lot of money to make next year. And then, we'll give our other guys some time off and get back to it, here in a few weeks and try to get better, man, the guys that are coming back.